Welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. My name is Lüning, Horst Lüning. I'm the master taster of Whisky.com, and today we have the second single malt whiskey, Irish single malt whiskey from Waterford. Waterford distillery, located in Waterford on the southeast coast of the Republic of Ireland. Distilled in 2016, bottled 2020, priced around 70 euros, dollars, pounds. And I talked a lot about the Waterford distillery and its, theory and practice about producing whiskey with a Ballykilcavan whiskey, which uses barley from, a little bit more to the inside of Ireland. And this whiskey has the same spirit in it from the double distillation, pot still distillation, but it contains barley from a different location, from Bannow Island. This is a little bit more to the north, just a few miles of Waterford. And I passed that island in 2017, when I last time in Ireland for the Open. Yeah. Well, this whiskey has a lot to do with the wine production, because with the wine production you are looking after the terroir. That means the soil in which the grapes grow, and here the barley grows. And it makes a difference if the soil is some, land close to the sea or further down inland, and how the microclimate is, if there's a lot of storm and wet fields and salty fields. That really makes a difference from the terroir. And Waterford as well uses different cask selections for the maturation of this whiskey. And typically they use 50% ex-bourbon casks, and the rest is spread over wine casks, sweet wine casks, and fortified wine casks. And with this whiskey, they are using 35% ex-bourbon cask, first fill, and 20% French wine casks. This time it's 35% first fill ex-bourbon casks and 20% fresh American white oak casks. And then 25% French wine casks and 20% sweet wine casks. I had to read that on my paper here below the camera. So this is quite a mixture of different casks, and will lead to a lot of vanilla influence from my personal view. And this sweet wine cask, 20%, will give a wonderful, lightly sweet top note. So Marc Renier, which is the CEO of the company, he experimented on Islay a decade ago with clean barley from single farms and single fields. So he knows that there are differences in it. And so he put out the tagline for the distillery, one place, one farm, one spirit. It's written behind that. I do not know it by heart. I had to read it. Yeah. So this time, a whiskey from Bannow Island. The label is not these ochre, light brown as the Ballykilcavan had, but this one is lightly blue, I think to represent the sea. Edition 1.1, so there might be 1.0 with this. Harvested on September the 7th, 2015, and distilled in week 25, 2016, and bottled 2020. So we have 3 years and something. Yeah. Free from coloring, additives, and chill filtration. Yeah. So here it opens. This bottle shows, as all the Waterford bottles show, a glass stopper, which is the first time I see that with whiskey. And this glass stopper prohibits that the whiskey might have an influence from the cork. So these glass stoppers are quite famous for more expensive wines in Germany. And here the first time for a whiskey, it's yellow color and the bottle is blue color, so it's complementary colors. And here we are. You can smell a little bit of the whiskey already on the cork, on the stopper. And here we go. It's 50% ABV, so I have to be careful not to get too much into my mouth, so it does not hurt or burn my tongue. And yeah, first have a smell. There is from the main character, the main smell, it's like the Ballycilcavan whiskey, but a different is in the details. So here we have fresh roses, fresh cut grass, but not the hay. Vanilla, a lot of vanilla. Those first American white oak casks, juvenile white oak casks, bring that vanilla. Probably going over to little dried fruits, but it's lighter from the whole character. Yeah, cheers. The 50% drives the whiskey into your mouth, into your tasting buds. Mouth-watering, a little spiciness, a little bit more than the peppery note of the Ballycilcavan, and it's more a white pepper note with this Bannow Island whiskey. And the same oiliness, the same light citrus note in the aftertaste, light dryness, that should be the distillery character. And a little bit of salt. That's weird, because if you distill, then typically all salts will remain in the spillage, in the pot ale left behind. It will not go over, but this light salted caramel note, that's different. Light sweetness from the sweet wine cask. The second sip was a lot better than the first one. Wow, now it's really complex. The first one, you got the hit from the alcohol, from the spiciness of the wood. And now the tasting buds are used to that intense flavors, and now more details are coming through. Medium to long, more long aftertaste. A little sherry note as well. Yeah, if I have to decide which one of those bottles I should take, I would take the Bannow Island distillery bottle, Bannow Island malt terroir whiskey. It's a little bit more complex and shows more spiciness and more volume than the Ballycilcavan. Yeah. So here you find a whiskey with a excellent package, a glass stopper which is completely unknown to the industry, a blue bottle representing the heritage of the Waterford community and Irish whiskey as it was a few hundred years ago with a double distillation. and wonderful casks, which Mark Renier says 30% of the costs of the distillery from the production comes from these special casks they're sourcing around the world. Well, North America and Europe. Yeah, that's it for today. Quite recommended. Thank you very much for watching.